Night falls gently over Neo-Lumen City, a place where tall buildings shine like stars and neon lights glow in every street. The sky is dark, but the city is alive with bright blue, red, and gold lights. Cars without wheels float quietly above. The road. People walk fast, talking, laughing, eating late dinners. Everything looks normal. Until tonight. In the center of this busy city stands a small diner called Starlight 24. It is not fancy. It is not big. But it is always open, always warm, always full of people. The glass windows glow softly, like they are trying to protect everyone inside from the cold night air. Inside, the smell of coffee, fried noodles, and warm soup fills the room. People sit in red chairs, eating and chatting under bright white lights. A young waiter walks between tables carrying plates. A group of office workers laugh in a corner. 2 students type on their glowing tablets. A tired taxi driver drinks hot tea near the window. Everything is peaceful. Everything feels normal. But then, the door opens. The sound is small, just a gentle chime, but everyone hears it. Everyone turns. Everyone stops talking. A woman steps inside. But she is not human. Her skin is a deep, glowing blue, like the night sky just before dawn. Her long silver blonde hair shines under the diner lights. Her eyes are bright, like tiny stars trapped in crystal. She's wearing a red dress that sparkles as she walks. Every step calm, steady, quiet. She looks around the diner slowly, studying everything with careful eyes. Her ears are pointed like an elf from an old story, but her face is smooth and almost royal. People freeze. Forks stop halfway to mouths. A cup almost slips from a man's hand. The waiter forgets to breathe. No one in the room has ever seen anything like her. She walks forward, her heels making soft clicks on the diner floor. The neon light from outside follows her, painting her hair in glowing blue circles. She does not look scared. She does not look shy. She looks like someone who has traveled a long, long way. The narrator's voice inside the story feels heavy, almost whispering. Tonight, humanity will meet someone from the stars. The blue woman, later known as the Blue Star Envoy, sits at an empty round table near the center. She places her hands gently on the surface. The lights above flicker for a moment, as if reacting to her presence. A soft blue shimmer escapes from her fingertips, then disappears. People whisper, "Is she real? Is it makeup?" No, look at her eyes. A mother pulls her child close. The taxi driver stares at the woman over his tea, his heart beating fast. The office workers go silent, glancing at each other with nervous looks. Even the waiter, still holding a tray, cannot look away. At the far end of the diner, a man in a black leather jacket watches her with sharp, focused eyes. He is young, maybe 30, but there's something strong and alert in his expression. He has seen danger before. He knows when something is not normal. Right now he feels something he has never felt, a mix of fear and curiosity. The envoy does nothing. She just sits, breathing slowly, observing the humans with calm interest. Her eyes move from table to table, from person to person, like she is studying their habits, their emotions, their reactions. She touches the edge of the table, and for a second, a small spark of blue energy glows beneath her hand. Someone gasps. Woman whispers to her friend, "What is she doing?" A boy recording with his tablet whispers, "Is this first contact?" The tension inside the diner grows thicker and heavier with every passing second. The world outside continues to move. Cars. People talk, but inside, everything is frozen in suspense. Why is she here? What does she want? Why did she come to a simple city diner instead of a government building or a military base? The narrator's voice returns deeper, colder. She did not come by accident. She came with a message. And humanity is not ready for it. The envoy lifts her gaze and looks directly at the man in the leather jacket. Their eyes lock. A silent energy passes between them, a warning or maybe a request. He stands still, unsure what to do. She blinks slowly, and the lights flicker again. Something is about to happen, something that will change the world forever. And it all starts in a small neon diner. The diner feels different now. The air is heavier than before, like the whole room is waiting for something to happen. People sit quietly while trying not to stare at the Blue Star Envoy, but their eyes keep returning to her again and again. Every small sound in the diner feels louder than normal. The clink of a spoon, the drip of the coffee machine, the soft humming of neon lights outside. Everything feels sharper. The envoy sits with her hands resting gently on the white table. She is perfectly still. Even her breath is slow and steady. Her blue skin reflects the lights above her, making her look like she carries her own glow. No one knows if she is dangerous or peaceful, and that is what makes the moment so tense. Young waiter tries to continue working, but his hands shake each time he passes near her table. He keeps glancing at her like he expects her to move suddenly. The office workers whisper quietly, but their voices tremble with fear. A girl near the counter hides behind her mother and peeks with wide eyes. Still, the envoy does nothing. She simply observes. The man in the leather jacket continues watching her from across the room. His expression is unreadable. He does not look scared, but he is not calm either. His body is tense, like he is ready to move if anything goes wrong. He studies her every gesture, every blink, every breath. He knows something important is happening, even though he does not understand what it is. The lights over the counter flash again, brighter this time. A faint ripple of blue moves through the room. The diners gasp and lean back in their chairs. Someone mutters that she must have powers. Someone else whispers that this could be the end of everything. Fear spreads through the room like cold fog. The envoy turns her head slowly. Her eyes move from one person to the next. She studies each human face with great detail, like she is searching for something specific. When she looks at the child hiding behind her mother, her expression softens the way a calm teacher might look at a nervous student. When she looks at the office workers, her eyes narrow with curiosity. When she looks at the man in the leather jacket, her stare becomes deep and serious. No one speaks. No one dares to break the silence. The narrator of the story grows heavier in tone, as if guiding the audience forward. Something has brought her here tonight. Something more than curiosity. A dish falls, hitting the floor with a loud crash. The sound cuts through the silence like a blade. Everyone jumps. The waiter apologizes quickly and bends down to pick up the broken pieces. The envoy watches him closely, not blinking at all. For a moment, the lights in the diner glow blue again. Faint but noticeable. The waiter freezes, unsure if he should continue moving. The envoy tilts her head slightly. Her expression shows that she is not angry. She is simply observing, like she is trying to understand human reactions to fear and surprise. The man in the leather jacket finally steps forward. The floor creaks under his boot. His voice is calm yet firm. "Are you alone?" The entire diner turns silent again. The envoy lifts her eyes toward him. Her gaze is sharp but not hostile. Her lips part slightly, like she is about to answer, but instead she closes her mouth again. She looks around the diner, then back at him, as if she is thinking carefully. A slow wave of blue light pulses from her hands. It spreads across the table surface and glows like water reflecting moonlight. People step back, some cover their mouths. Some grab their bags in fear. The man does not move. He stands solid, staring at her with steady eyes. The envoy finally speaks. Her voice is soft, but it travels through the room with clarity. It is smooth like a gentle melody, but carries a deep strength. "I am not here to harm." Her words ease some fear, but not all. Many still keep their distance. She continues speaking, her voice controlled and calm. I have studied your world from afar. I chose this place because humans show their true nature when they feel safe. I wanted to see who you really are." The office workers glance at each other. The mother hugs her child tighter. The waiter hides behind the counter. The man in the leather jacket listens carefully, but then the envoy pauses. Her eyes grow darker, like a shadow moving across the sky. She looks toward the front door. Something outside begins to hum. A deep, low vibration that rattles the windows. The neon signs flicker. People look toward the glass in confusion and fear. Envoy rises from her seat slowly. The man in the leather jacket whispers, "What is coming?" She answers in a quiet tone filled with warning, "You are not the only ones watching." The diner feels different now. The air is heavier than before, like the whole room is waiting for something to happen. People sit quietly while trying not to stare at the Blue Star envoy, but their eyes keep returning to her again and again. Every small sound in the diner feels louder than normal. The clink of a spoon, the drip of the coffee machine, the soft humming of neon lights outside. Everything feels sharper. The envoy sits with her hands resting gently on the white table. She is perfectly still. Even her breath is slow and steady. Her blue skin reflects the lights above her, making her look like she carries her own glow. No one knows if she is dangerous or peaceful, and that is what makes the moment so tense. The young waiter tries to continue working, but his hands shake each time he passes near her table. He keeps glancing at her like he expects her to move suddenly. The office workers whisper quietly, but their voices tremble with fear. A girl near the counter hides behind her mother and peeks with wide eyes. Still, the envoy does nothing. She simply observes. The man in the leather jacket continues watching her from across the room. His expression is unreadable. He does not look scared, but he is not calm either. His body is tense, like he is ready to move if anything goes wrong. He studies her every gesture, every blink, every breath. He knows something important is happening, even though he does not understand what it is. The lights over the counter flash again, brighter this time. A faint ripple of blue moves through the room. The diners gasp and lean back in their chairs. Someone mutters that she must have powers. Someone else whispers that this could be the end of everything. Fear spreads through the room like cold fog. The envoy turns her head slowly. Her eyes move from one person to the next. She studies each human face with great detail, like she is searching for something specific. When she looks at the child hiding behind her mother, her expression softens the way a calm teacher might look at a nervous student when she looks at the office workers. Her eyes narrow with curiosity. When she looks at the man in the leather jacket, her stare becomes deep and serious. No one speaks. No one dares to break the silence. The narrator of the story grows, heavier in tone, as if guiding the audience forward. Something has brought her here tonight. Something more than curiosity. A dish falls, hitting the floor with a loud crash. The sound cuts through the silence like a blade. Everyone jumps. The waiter apologizes quickly and bends down to pick up the broken pieces. The envoy watches him closely, not blinking at all. For a moment, the lights in the diner glow blue again. Faint but noticeable. The waiter freezes, unsure if he should continue moving. The envoy tilts her head slightly. Her expression shows that she is not angry. She is simply observing, like she is trying to understand human reactions to fear and surprise. The man in the pies, the man in the leather jacket finally steps forward. The floor creaks under his boot. His voice is calm yet firm. "Are you alone?" The entire diner turns silent again. The envoy lifts her eyes toward him. Her gaze is sharp, but not hostile. Her lips part slightly, like she's about to answer, but instead she closes her mouth again. She looks around the diner, then back at him, as if she is thinking carefully. A slow wave of blue light pulses from her hands. It spreads across the table surface and glows like water reflecting moonlight. People step back, some cover their mouths. Some grab their bags in fear. The man does not move. He stands solid, staring at her with steady eyes. The envoy finally speaks. Her voice is soft, but it travels through the room with clarity. It is smooth like a gentle melody, but carries a deep strength. I am not here to harm. Her words ease some fear, but not all. Many still keep their distance. She continues speaking, her voice controlled and calm. I have studied your world from afar. I chose this place because humans show their true nature when they feel safe. I wanted to see who you really are. The office workers glance at each other. The mother hugs her child tighter. The waiter hides behind the counter. The man in the leather jacket listens carefully, but then the envoy pauses. Her eyes grow darker, like a shadow moving across the sky. She looks toward the front door. Something outside begins to hum. A deep, low vibration that rattles the windows. The neon signs flicker. People look toward the glass in confusion and fear. Envoy rises from her seat slowly. The man in the leather jacket whispers, "What is coming?" She answers in a quiet tone filled with warning. You are not the only ones watching. The strange humming outside grows stronger. The windows shake again. The lights blink in fast patterns, like they are trying to warn everyone inside the diner. Fear spreads through the room like a wave. People whisper and hold each other as the deep sound vibrates through the floor. The blue star envoy stands perfectly still in the center of the diner. Her glowing eyes fix on the door as the sound grows louder. The man in the leather jacket steps forward again, placing himself slightly between her and the rest of the customers. His hands ball into fists. He does not know what is coming, but he knows he must be ready before anyone can react. The front door suddenly opens again. The humming stops for a moment. The lights return to normal, and everyone turns toward the entrance with tense shoulders and wide eyes. Two small figures step inside. Two little twin girls, both about 7 years old, both wearing matching yellow jackets with tiny silver stars printed on them. Their father follows behind them, looking tired from a long day of work. He holds their backpacks in one hand and yawns, completely unaware of the chaos that happened before they walked in. The entire diner freezes again. But this time, the fear mixes with confusion. The girls do not notice the tension in the room. They look around with bright eyes and cheerful smiles. One of them giggles when she sees the neon lights on the ceiling. The other spins slowly as if the glowing city outside has filled her with excitement. Then they see the envoy. They stop. Their smiles fade a little as they stare at the blue-skinned woman in the red dress. She stands like a statue, shining softly under the diner lights. Her silver hair looks like it holds moonlight. Her glowing eyes watch the girls with deep focus. The father finally notices the silence in the diner. He looks around at everyone. He notices the fear. Then he sees the envoy. His breath catches in his throat. He gently pushes the girls behind him, unsure what to do. His face turns pale as he realizes he has walked into something far beyond normal, but the twins peek around him. Their small eyes lock onto the envoy again. Then something unexpected happens. One of the girls steps forward. Father reaches for her arm, but she slips away before he can grab her. She walks toward the envoy with tiny steps. Her sister follows close behind. The father calls their names in a quiet voice filled with worry, but they do not stop. They do not feel the fear that everyone else feels. Children often see the world with pure eyes, and these two see something gentle in the envoy that adults cannot see. The diner watches in stunned silence. The envoy does not move. She stands still as the twins approach her slowly. Her eyes soften again, just like before when she looked at the other child. A soft warmth fills the air around her, replacing the cold fear that dominated the room moments ago. One of the girls holds something in her small hand. It is a tiny bowl filled with colorful candies. She lifts the bowl up toward the envoy with a shy smile. A wave of whispers moves through the diner. People do not believe what they are seeing. The envoy looks down at the bowl. Her expression shifts from curiosity to surprise. She bends her head slightly, studying the simple offering as if it is something sacred. Her long fingers reach out slowly and touch the edge of the bowl. A gentle blue light appears again, but this time it is warm and soft like calm water under the moon. The candies in the bowl glow for a moment. The twins gasp in delight. The older customers watch with their mouths open, unsure whether to fear the light or admire it. The envoy lifts her eyes and looks at both girls. For the first time since she arrived, a true smile forms on her face. It is small but full of meaning. It is not the smile of a stranger. It is the smile of someone who has finally found something she was searching for. The girl with the bowl looks at her sister and whispers loud enough for everyone to hear. She is pretty. The words echo through the silent diner. The father steps forward slowly, still cautious, but the fear in his face begins to soften. The man in the leather jacket watches closely, trying to understand what this gentle moment means. The envoy kneels down to the children's height. She places one hand over her heart, creating a soft blue glow around her fingers. It is a gesture of respect from her world. A gesture of peace. The diner watches in awe. The connection that no one expected is happening right in front of them. It is simple. It is pure. It is human. And it is the first real bridge between two species. The envoy whispers something in a calm voice. You are brave. The girls smile. The father breathes easier. The tension in the diner fades for the first time tonight. But the story is not done, because the humming outside begins again, louder this time. And the envoy rises slowly, her smile fading as danger returns. The humming outside grows deeper and stronger. It rolls across the street like a slow storm. The glass windows shake again, and the neon signs flicker in long bursts of blue and red. The people in the diner turn their heads toward the door with fear in their eyes. Their breaths grow short and shaky as the sound pushes through the walls. The blue star envoy rises from her kneeling position. The soft smile she shared with the twins fades slowly. Her glowing eyes harden with worry. The warm blue light on her hands becomes thin and sharp like a warning signal. Everyone can see the sudden shift in her energy. It is clear that something powerful is approaching. The twins step back. Their father pulls them close with protective arms. His face turns pale again. He whispers for them to stay behind him. The little girls obey but keep staring at the envoy with wide, confused eyes. The man in the leather jacket moves closer to the envoy. He does not know why he steps forward. Maybe courage. Maybe instinct. Maybe something deeper. But he feels that the moment ahead is important. His voice is low and steady, even though his hands tremble slightly. What is coming? The envoy looks at him with serious eyes. Her voice is soft but heavy with truth. I hoped they would not find me this soon. The words echo in the diner like a dark prophecy. People gasp. Some step back. Some hold each other tightly. The waiter hides behind the counter again and peeks over the top with shaking hands. The humming outside stops suddenly. Silence falls across the city. A strange silence. The kind that feels like the world is holding its breath. The kind that comes right before something breaks. Then a bright flash of white light shoots through the windows. The diners scream and cover their eyes. Some fall to the floor. Others grab tables to steady themselves. The neon signs outside burst with sparks. The glass trembles again. The entire diner shakes like the ground beneath it is shifting. The envoy raises one hand with calm but urgent movement. A shield of blue light appears in front of her like a wave of glowing mist. The light softens the brightness and protects the people standing closest to her. The diner watches in amazement as the shield pulses with energy. The man in the leather jacket stares at the shield with disbelief. "You can protect us?" he asks with hope in his voice. The envoy keeps her focus on the door. She speaks without looking at him. "I can protect you from many things, but not from everything that follows me." The door of the diner pushes open again. This time no chime sounds. The air inside the diner grows cold. A tall shadow stands outside the entrance. Its shape is strange and unclear. The lights flicker around it as if its presence interferes with electricity. People freeze in place. The shadow slowly steps inside. Its body is covered in dark armor that looks alive. Every piece of it moves like liquid metal. Its eyes glow in a deep red color. No one in the diner has ever seen anything like it. It looks like something born from another world. Something built for hunting. The envoy takes a step forward. Her blue light grows brighter. The shadow turns its head toward her. A low rumbling sound comes from inside its chest. It sounds like a growl mixed with a machine. The floor vibrates with each of its steps. The twins cry softly. Their father holds them tighter. The office workers hide behind their booth seats. The girl near the counter grabs her mother's hand and refuses to let go. Envoy speaks with a strong voice that fills the entire room. "Do not harm these people. Your conflict is with me, not with them." The shadow does not respond with words. Instead, it raises one arm. A dark beam of energy forms at the tip of its hand. The beam points directly toward the family with the twins. The father screams. The diners shout in terror. The envoy moves. She spreads her arms wide and releases a powerful wave of blue light. The light expands like a shield and covers the family just as the dark beam fires across the room. The beam hits the shield and scatters into sparks. The impact shakes the entire diner. Blue and black lights swirl together in a violent flash. The envoy stands firm, even as her shield flickers with strain. Her breathing grows heavy. A blue glow surrounds her body as she fights to keep the shield strong. The man in the leather jacket watches her with awe and fear. He knows she is risking everything to protect people she met only minutes ago. The shadow creature growls again. Its red eyes burn brighter. It steps forward with slow, deadly movement. Its body charges another blast. The envoy whispers under her breath, "I cannot hold forever." She turns slightly toward the man. "Help them escape. Help them run. I will buy the time you need." The man swallows hard. He nods. Fear burns in his chest. But courage rises too. Because for the first time tonight, humanity and the Blue Star Envoy stand together, and the real battle is only beginning. Asterisk. The diner fills with trembling light as the envoy holds the shield in front of the family. The blue glow around her flickers like a candle fighting heavy wind. Her legs shake. Her breath grows uneven. She is strong, but the dark creature is stronger than anything the humans have seen. The customers watch with wide eyes and shaking hands. They want to run, but their bodies refuse to move. The shadow creature steps closer. Its heavy footsteps make the floor vibrate. The red glow in its eyes grows brighter with every step it takes. The armor covering its body moves like thick liquid metal. Strange symbols shine across its chest. The creature looks like a walking storm from another world. The man in the leather jacket reaches the twins and their father. He leans close and whispers in a firm voice, "We need to go now. Follow me. Stay low. Stay quiet." The father nods with fear in his eyes. He grabs the twins and pushes them behind the man. The girls cling to his jacket. They do not cry this time. They sense that crying will slow them down. Their small faces show courage mixed with fear. The envoy sees them moving. She tightens the shield even though her hands tremble. The blue light sparks again. A thin crack appears in the shield. The diners gasp. The shadow creature lifts its arm once more. Another dark beam forms in its hand. The humming sound grows louder and sharper. It aims at the Envoy's heart this time. The red power swirls like smoke trapped inside a storm dot. The Envoy gathers the last of her strength. She pushes the shield forward and spreads the blue light wider. She shouts a single command. Move now. The man in the leather jacket leads the family toward the back of the diner. He pushes through tables and chairs. He looks over his shoulder again and again to make sure the creature does not turn toward them. Other customers start crawling behind him. Some follow in complete silence. Others whisper prayers. The waiter helps an older woman stand. He guides her toward the back door with shaking hands. The Envoy tries to take a step forward to block the creature again. Her legs nearly give out. She catches herself on the table. The blue glow around her fades for a moment. Her eyes fill with pain. She whispers something in her own language. It sounds like sorrow mixed with determination. The creature fires. A beam of dark energy shoots across the room with terrifying force. The Envoy raises both hands. The shield forms again, but it is thin now. Very thin. The dark beam smashes into it with violent power. A loud shockwave blasts through the diner. Plates fall. Cups break. Lights spark. Windows rattle harder than before. The Envoy is thrown backward. She hits the wall with a heavy impact. She gasps in pain. Her shield shatters into glowing pieces that fall like blue dust onto the floor. The diner goes silent except for the crackling lights. The shadow creature steps forward. Its red eyes lock onto the Envoy. It raises its arm again. It is preparing a final shot. One strong enough to tend her. The man in the leather jacket sees this. He stops running. He looks at the family behind him. He looks at the terrified customers. He looks at the Envoy struggling to stand. Something inside him snaps awake. A deep human instinct that rises only in the darkest moments. The instinct to protect. He grabs a metal tray from a nearby table. It is a small object. It is almost useless against a monster from another world. But he holds it like a weapon. He shouts, "Hey, look at me." The creature turns its head. Its eyes burn brighter. The man feels his heart pound like a drum. He feels fear climb up his spine. But he stands in front of the Envoy anyway. He spreads his arms like a shield. "You want her? You will go through me first." The diner gasps in horror. For one long moment, everything freezes. The creature stares at the man. The man stares back. The Envoy looks up at him with shock in her glowing eyes. No one in her world would ever stand unarmed against a hunter like this. No one would challenge such danger with only courage. The creature lifts its arm to fire. But before it can release the shot, the neon lights outside explode in a burst of white. The sound shakes the entire street. A wave of bright energy flows past the windows and crashes into the diner. The creature steps back. Its armor glitches. Its red eyes flicker. The Envoy forces herself to stand again. She raises one hand weakly toward the creature. She whispers in a strained voice, "They are here." The man looks at her in confusion. "Who is here?" The Envoy answers with fear in her voice for the first time, "My people." The diner shakes as another explosion of white light hits. The street. The twist is clear. The hunter did not come alone, and neither did the Envoy. The street outside the diner fills with bright white light. It pours through the windows like a rising sun. The shadows inside stretch and twist across the walls. People shield their eyes and stagger backward. The air vibrates with a powerful energy that feels old and wise and strong. The shadow creature looks toward the window with sudden fear. Its armor ripples like liquid under heat. Its red eyes flicker and dim. The Envoy forces herself to stand straight, even though her body trembles. Her legs shake and her breath comes in short, weak gasps. Yet she lifts her chin and stares at the glowing street with deep emotion. A soft blue glow rises around her again. It is faint but steady. The man in the leather jacket looks from her to the creature, then back to her again. His voice shakes as he asks, "What is happening?" The envoy answers with a mixture of sorrow and hope. "My people have arrived. The blue star have found me at last." The words echo through the diner and send a wave of confusion across the room. The customers watch her with wide, frightened eyes. Some hide behind tables. Others cling to each other. The twins squeeze their father's hands and look up at the envoy with worried faces. The white light grows brighter. A deep humming sound rises from outside. It is different from the sound the hunter creature made. This one feels gentle yet powerful, calm yet unstoppable. It fills the diner like a storm of light. The shadow creature steps backward. Its claws dig into the floor. Its armor shifts like it wants to flee. The creature makes a low rumbling noise that sounds like fear mixed with anger. The envoy walks toward the center of the diner. Her steps are weak but determined. She raises one hand toward the window. A faint blue line of light forms in the air around her fingers. She speaks slowly. "They come for me. They come to bring me home. But they do not know that I chose to come here alone." The man steps forward. "Why did you come here?" The envoy looks at him with sad, glowing eyes. "To warn your world. To speak of danger. To tell you the truth before others could twist it. I came to show peace before war could reach your home." Another blast of white energy strikes the street. The diner shakes. Plates fall. The lights swing wildly. The people gasp and duck. The hunter creature lets out a loud roar that shakes the tables. It charges at the envoy once more. The man in the leather jacket jumps forward to stop it, but he is too slow. The envoy raises her hand and a burst of blue light explodes from her palm. The blast hits the creature in the chest and throws it across the diner. It crashes into a booth, and the metal armor cracks. Sparks spill across the floor. The envoy falls to one knee. Her strength weakens again. The man runs to her and helps her stand. Her hands are cold. Her shaking grows stronger. "Are you hurt?" he asks. She nods slowly. "I gave too much energy to protect your people. My strength is almost gone." The white light outside changes. It shifts from bright white to deep blue. A strong beam shines through the windows and forms a tall shape outside. The shape grows clearer until it looks like a doorway made of pure light. The envoy stares at it with a frozen expression. "That is a portal, created by my people. They have opened a path to step into your world." People in the diner panic. Some scream. Some cry. Some try to run toward the back door. The father lifts the twins in his arms and moves behind a table. The waiter covers his ears with shaking hands. The man in the leather jacket turns toward her. "What do they want with us?" The envoy closes her eyes for a moment. She takes a slow breath. "They believe humans are dangerous. They believe your kind will rise and challenge the stars. They want to control you before you grow too strong. I came to show them that humans carry more than fear and war. I came to prove that humans can choose kindness over violence. I came to make peace. But now they think my mission has failed." The portal outside expands. 3 tall figures step through the glowing doorway. They wear long blue armor that shines like crystal. Their eyes glow with bright silver light. Their bodies move with calm, heavy grace. Each step they take leaves a trail of soft blue dust behind them. The blue star have arrived. The envoy stares at them with heartbreak in her eyes. She whispers in a trembling voice, "They think you attacked me. They think you are the danger. They will strike first. They will not listen. And they will not stop." The man stands beside her. Fear rises in him, yet he does not step away. He looks at the 3 armored figures. He looks at the frightened diners. He looks at the hunter creature struggling to stand again. Then he looks at the Envoy. What do we do now, he asks. She lifts her head and meets his eyes. We stand together. And we make them see the truth. No matter the cost, the portal glows brighter, the Blue Star Warriors. Step inside the diner. And the real truth is about to be revealed.